Here you can see, yes, three solution. It depend upon power. Three solution. Variable power 1, 1 solution. Variable power 2, 2 solution. Variable power 3, 3 solution. If x power 4, so then 4 solution. X power 5, 5 solution. So, okay, you can see here one is x, second one is x plus 2, third one is x minus 2. These are called factors. This is in factor form. Separately, if you put all x, then x plus 2, and then we have x minus 2. Putting these 0. First one, this is called zero product property. What we call this one? Zero product property. First one, x is equal to 0. Second one, x plus 2. X plus 2 equal to 0. Or third property, x minus 2 equal to 0. X minus 2 equal to 0. This is x is equal to 0. Now plus value transfer, so x is equal to minus 2. And then we have x minus 2 when you transfer minus to other side, so x is equal to plus 2. So three values of x. These are called x is 0, x is minus 2, and x is 2. Yeah, 0, minus 2, and plus 2. These are called what? Roots or solution of equation. Okay, then when you put x is equal to 0 in this function, when you put x is 0, so x is equal to 0, this whole function is also 0. F of x is also 0. It means 0, 0. X is 0, y is 0. These are called zeros. Second one, if you put minus 2 in this function, so you can see this one is minus 2 power 3 and minus 4 multiply with minus 2. So minus 2 power 3 is minus 8. Okay, minus minus plus 2 fours are 8. So it means 0. Second one, when you put x is equal to minus 2, y value as your function value is 0. Same you put plus 2, so result will be 0. So these are what? These are zeros. Vectors, roots and zeros. Next one. Okay, great, great, great. So these previous were actually real zeros, real roots. Now we have imaginary. What is imaginary? Let me tell you something about imaginary roots. Imaginary, actually when we have negative root, like we have, like for example this one, minus 4, or for example if we have minus 3. So when we have negative under the root, negative square root, so we cannot find the value of what? We cannot find the value of negative root. So therefore, we write this function, yeah, this negative root, and like for example, minus 1 multiply with 4. Correct? Minus 1 multiply with 4. Again is this minus 4. But to solve this root, to find the value of root, we use another one number, and that number is called iota, like I. And iota square is equal to minus 1. This is imaginary number. Iota square. Spell of this one is iota. Iota square. So, but this is not a real number like 1, 2, 3, 4. This is imaginary number. Just solving this root, we use iota square. So, iota square is equal to minus 1. So, in this root, we use what? In place of I, yeah, minus 1, we use iota square multiply with 4. So we can write separately like iota square and separate root, and 4 square we can write separately like 2 square. So iota square cancel with root, square cancel with root, and also square. So we have iota multiply with 2, or we can write 2 iota. So this is the solution, 2 iota. Correct? Root value is plus minus, so you can write plus iota, 2 iota, or minus 2 iota. Correct? So negative number, when we have negative number, we use negative root. So how to find roots of this function? You can see x cube uh, minus x square plus 2x minus 3. Highest power is 3. When highest power is 3 means there are 3 solutions for this equation. 3 roots and 3 zeros. So let's suppose in first two, if we take common, for example, taking common in first, x square is common. So x minus 1. What about second pair? What is common here? So if we take 2 common, remaining is x minus 1. So we have x minus 1 common again, and we have x square with 2. So x square with 2. Okay, if you put these equal to 0, so first function is x minus 1 equal to 0. First, this one is, these are vectors. First, vector, sorry. And second one is x square plus 2 equal to 0. So first one is x is equal to what? X is equal to plus 1. What about second one? Second one, when you transfer, equal to what? X square is equal to what? Minus 2. But to cancel this square, you need to take square root on both sides. Square cancel with this one. X is equal to, again we have negative number inside the square root, so we use iota square. Iota square in place of 2, yeah, minus, and we have 2. Correct? So if we write separately, like if we write uh, in separate roots, so we can write x is equal to iota square and separate root, iota square, and we have 2 in separate root. So cancelling these two, okay. So these two cancel. So we have only iota, and we have what? We have 2 under the root. But you can take, because root value plus minus, or you can write like 2 under the root, and we have iota. So two values, one is plus value, second one is minus value. Two value, x is equal to plus 1, this is third value. So these three values, but last two numbers, plus 2 iota and minus 2 iota, these are called imaginary roots. Correct? Not real roots. Let me try one another example. Okay, okay. The polynomial has a real root of 1.5. Find the other two zeros. Any idea about synthetic division? Long division, synthetic division. Synthetic division. Yes. Yes, for those same, you put these values, like first was plus 1 and last two was iota, plus 2 iota square and minus 2 iota square. Putting these values in functions, so you will receive zeros. Correct? So I was introducing just the imaginary numbers. Okay, we have synthetic division. In synthetic division, for example, one root, yeah, 1 0 of this total function is given, and that is 1.5. So how we can find other two? Because highest power, you can see highest power is 3. So in that case, uh, we use synthetic division. Although there are different methods, rational zero theorem, but synthetic division is simple. Synthetic division, we need to write, for example, the coefficient of this function. Like first one is 2. Okay, second one is minus 7 coefficients. Third one is 58, and last one is minus 78. Correct? We know one root of this function. So one root of this function is 1.5. So, okay, drop this one down. This is method. First you need to drop. Then you need to multiply these two numbers. 2 with 1.5. 2 with 1.5 is 3. Write down here. Minus 7, 3 equal to what? 4. Again you need to multiply 1.5 with 4. So 1.5 with 4 equal to what? 6. So write down 6 here. Then we have 58 plus 6. 58 plus 6 equal to what? 64? 64. Then you need to multiply 1.5 with 64. So when you multiply 1.5 with 64, 1.5 multiply 64, the result is what? 78. Wait. Yes, 96. Yes, 96. But why? Why? Reason is what? Reason. No. Okay, in synthetic division, I will tell you one thing, that in synthetic division, when one factor is given, one's root 10 is given. When you solve with this method, for example, first is 2, second is minus 7, 58, and minus 78. So you will receive same number here, like you will receive 78 here, and the remainder will be 0. This number, last number must be 0. I don't know what's the problem here. We did some mistakes, or I don't know. Yes, yes. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Problem was with minus 4 and plus 4. Thank you. This one is minus. Great, great. Now it's okay. It's okay. Thank you. Okay, let me tell you who was that person. It was, I think, great. Share, thank you. Nakibullah Khan Yallah, great. Uzair Bilal, oh, great, great. So first one, Janshir and Bilal Umar. You receive blue points. Great. So this one is minus 4. Great. Thank you. Okay. So when you multiply 1.4 with minus 4, this will be minus 6. So 58 minus 6, I think 52. When you multiply 1.5 with 52, so 1.5 multiply with 52, great. So result is 78. Now it's 30. So now we are left with three numbers. You can see these three numbers. Okay, last number. Stop. Okay, and listen to me. This number is your constant number. Then second number is x power 1. And third number is x square. So now we have to write down x square. What is second one? Second one is minus 4x. And what about third one? Third one is a constant number 52. We have 1 root 1.5. Now you can easily solve this one. You can easily solve with the help of factorization, completing square, and quadratic formula. So then you can find two other. So totally will be three factors, three zeros for this function. Clear? It was confused. It was confused. Sorry. So let me discuss another one. Great. Okay. Okay. So again, equation is given. One root is also given. One root is 3. So you need to find more two numbers, more two zeros, because highest power is 3. One is given. So two numbers, yeah, two roots are not given. You need to find. So again, we have 3 here. Write down 3. Correct. And what is the coefficient of x cube? Coefficient of x cube is 1. What is coefficient of x square? X square coefficient is 5. What about the coefficient of x? X is 1. And last one is 75. Okay, method is starting. Drop this number. This number is 1. So you need to multiply 3 with 1. 3 with 1 equal to what? 3. So write down here. 5 with 3, 8. Again, you need to multiply 1 with 8. Sorry, 3 with 8. 3, 8, 24. 1 plus 24 equal to 25. Now 3 multiply with 25 equal to what? Plus 75. So plus 75, result is what? Result is 0. This must be 0. If one number is given, that is a factor of this equation. Must be 0. So now we are left with three numbers, 1, 2 and 3. Last number is constant, second number is x power 1 and third number is x power 2. So you can write coefficient is 1, so write down x square. Next one is 8, so write down 8x. Last one, last one is plus 25. So now you can find with the help of quadratic formula or factorization or completing square. One is given, one is 3, and solving this one, you will find more two numbers. So totally will be three numbers. Correct? Okay, you cannot solve all question with the help of factorization. So if you use formula like x is equal to quadratic formula, minus b plus minus. We have b square and formula minus 4ac divided by 2a. What is a? A is 1. What is B? B is 8. And what about C? C is 25. When you solve this one, you will receive two numbers. One is plus number and second one is minus number. One was 3 and other two numbers. Totally these are three roots. Three zeros, three roots are three factors. Correct? Correct guys? I think now it's clear. Thank you, Murtaza. Thank you. Okay, last topics for today. These are shifting graphs. Last topic. Just give me 4 to 5 minutes. How you can shift graph? Shifting graph means what? Just give me 5 minutes. For example, if let's suppose graph is given. Let's suppose we have xy coordinates. Great. So let's suppose if function is this one. No, just it's very easy. Give me just 2 to 5 minutes. It's very easy. There is no calculation. There is no formula. Just how you can move graph upward, downward, right side, and left side. Or if you want, I can discuss this in your class time, my office time. What do you think? Okay, it's enough. So then we can discuss graph shift